So I know I did a video similar to this about 3 weeks ago. I did it on self-harm. Today's video, as you can tell by the title, is eating disorders, what and why. First question is, what is an eating disorder? Second question is, why do people develop them? Sorry, I have my information on my phone. Yeah, I guess the question is, what is an eating disorder? Well, an eating disorder is any of a range of psychological disorders characterised by abnormal or disturbed eating habits, such as anorexia nervosa. So yeah, that's one eating disorder, and there are different eating disorders as well. You've not just got one, so I'll list as many as I can remember. If there's any I've missed out, please comment below and let me know. So the first one, anorexia nervosa. Second is bulimia nervosa. Binge eating disorder. There's a new one that's come out which I cannot remember the name of, but I think the terms of it is healthy eating disorder, where you eat as literally, it's people who have gotten quite obsessed with, I don't like using obsessed, but it can become an obsession, and that's what the healthy eating disorder is. They become obsessed with being extremely healthy and they will not eat anything else but healthy food, but they take it that extra bit further, if that makes sense. And then we have EDNOS, which is not actually what it's called anymore. I cannot remember what it's called, but the EDNOS stands for eating disorder not otherwise specified. I will link all this information below anyway, but I just kind of want to give you guys an idea. Sorry. So the causes, there's different causes. You've got genetics, psychological and emotional health, and society. Well, that's what it says anyway. So genetics is certain people may have genes that increase their risk of developing eating disorders. People with first-degree relatives, siblings or parents with an eating disorder may be more likely to develop an eating disorder too. So yeah, if you have a parent or sisters or brothers who have got an eating disorder, you have got a higher chance of developing an eating disorder yourself. It does not mean that you will develop an eating disorder. It's just saying that you have got a higher chance, which is awful that has to have, well, that has a role in you developing an eating disorder, because some people are predispositioned to developing eating disorders, and this is one of the reasons why, because of genetics. Yeah. The next one I will talk about is society. Success and worth are often equated being thin in popular culture. Peer pressure and what people see in the media may fuel this desire to be thin. Now, for me, it does annoy me sometimes when people go on about how society is the reason for eating disorders, because that's not what it is. But society does have a role to play. They do need to understand that talking about being size 0 and that you'll only fit in if you're a certain size, that's going to have an effect on people. And especially if you're quite young, like my little sister, she's 9 years old at the moment. She's getting up to that age now where she'll be looking in magazines and looking to the TV about what's right and what she should be wearing or things like that. And then I don't want her seeing stuff saying that she's got to be a certain size. You know, it shouldn't be that way at all. But it is, and society is always going on about being a certain size and being popular or being a certain image. People shouldn't have to be like that. They shouldn't have to perform to what society thinks is perfect, because there's no such thing as perfection, okay? Let me just get that out there. There is no such thing. The next one is psychological and emotional health. People with eating disorders may have psychological and emotional problems that contribute to the disorder. They may have low self-esteem, perfectionism, impulsive behaviour and troubled relationships. Now this one I think is more relevant really to eating disorders. Not that I'm saying the other two don't, I'm just saying this one I can more relate to. I think people develop eating disorders as a result of a trauma that's happened. It could have been sexual abuse, emotional abuse, physical abuse, bullying, or trouble with relationships. And this is the thing, people think that people only develop eating disorders when they're 13, 14 years old. Okay, I developed mine when I was 15. So, you know, I developed my bulimia when I was 15. I was a compulsive binge eater from the age of 11 years old. And basically, oh Christ, sorry, I've got my iPad like literally balanced because I have no camera at the moment. And where was I? Yeah, so people presume that they've got this idea that eating disorders only develop when you're a young teenager, you're starting high school, which is not the case whatsoever. I know many, many people who develop eating disorders in their early 20s, their late 30s. You know, it's not... Eating disorders do not discriminate. This is one of the biggest misconceptions I find, that eating disorders are just to one particular age group. They're between the ages of 13 and 17. That is what people think. It's not true whatsoever. The other thing people think about eating disorders is that people who have an eating disorder are too thin, or they're underweight, or, you know. This one winds me up big time. As you can see, I am not super skinny. I am not underweight whatsoever, okay? A lot of the time with bulimia, binge eating disorder, EDNOS, all of those ones, people are either, generally speaking, I'm not saying this is for everyone, I'm just saying generally speaking, people are either like a normal weight or they're overweight with these eating disorders. It's only normally anorexia that you are underweight. That is normally the only eating disorder that happens with. Yeah. So that's that video today. I just kind of wanted to touch on the subject. I will go more into detail, and I just wanted to put up a video tonight because I haven't done one in 3 weeks and I feel so bad. I've literally let everyone down. I am really sorry, but my mental health has been affected. My eating disorder has, I've been struggling with that quite a bit recently. Although I have some really good news. Okay, get ready for this, guys, because this is by far the best thing you will ever hear from me. I've never got past 2 days clean for self-harming, or for cutting, particularly, because that's, yeah. Anyway, I am actually, so what time it is? Okay, at the moment, I am 20 days clean from self-harming. Tomorrow will be 21 days, obviously, and I'm so proud of myself because I've had so much shit recently, and I'm really surprised that I haven't been self-harming, because I normally go back to it when something always happens. And yeah, something's happened, but I've been able to cope with it in a certain way without self-harming. I've been writing stuff down, I've been listening to music, I've been, yeah. So I just wanted to let everyone know that, because I am so proud of myself. Yeah. So I will see you all in my next video, and I really hope you enjoyed this and take on the information. And yeah, alrighty then, I will see you later, guys.